Okay, I think we're live. Oh, we got Tito back. Yeah, like I said
What up? What up?
yesterday, I've been recovering from the my second dose of Pfizer. It knocked your boy out. But now we back. We got Guru back, and we got Tito back, of course. So Tito, what's up with you, man? Say what's up to the people.
What up, man? Hey, what up? How's it going? Glad to be back, man. I mean, I was in the comments yesterday. I was like, I wanted to jump in, but I couldn't. But I'm back now, man. I mean, I know that we had this wild text in the morning where it was just like, we need to come face to face.
Yeah, cause I be perfectly asleep, trying to like tell my kids I love them, chilling with the wife, walking the dog, whatnot. Guru just coming pure like, you guys suck. That guy's horrible. Like, dang, Guru. He woke up and chose brutal violence. Like he chose terrorism. Nah, but yeah. So go
Jesus.
ahead, Guru. We're gonna just let you talk about your quarterbacks right now, and you want us to put something on the record. So what do you want us to put on the record, Guru?
I just want to I just want to put on the record that these rookie quarterbacks that have been performing so far this preseason, obviously Justin Fields looks the best, and the worst, Trevor Lawrence looks pedestrian. He's not looking like a generational guy. And I'll give you an example. When I saw Troy Aikman, when I saw like Michael Vick, or even John Elway, when I saw him, even though that even though that they didn't have a winning season,
Mm-hmm.
and you saw something. You saw why they was drafted number one. And I just don't see it with Trevor. I don't see that you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's because a lot of times when you play at a program like Clemson, you have all 5 stars. You might have you got at least 3 cupcake games on your schedule based on the talent you have. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to replay, diagnose defenses, and go through your reads. And everyone's 5 stars, so everyone's doing a good job. Whereas when you're in the NFL now, everyone is like pretty much on the same level. It's every man for himself. You can't hide. You can't hide at any position individually. And I just think that he's late on his throws. I don't think he's used to the quickness. You can say that about a lot of rookies, but I just don't see what everyone else sees. But yet I see Justin Fields looking like he belongs right away.
Well, I mean, like I said yesterday, man, Trevor Lawrence plays for the Jaguars. They're not a particular good team. They have a bad
Doesn't
head
matter.
coach. No, it does matter. Look
Uh,
at
it
it, it,
matters.
it matters. Like we all knew Sam Darnold wasn't going to be good because the team he went to and the organization he played for. Like you just
He's
knew it.
still no good.
Yeah, but have you
But
seen have you seen
he looks better.
those?
He looks better in Carolina
Yep.
though.
Yep, I was gonna say, have you seen the Carolina games? I know that we're talking about Trevor Lawrence, but I mean, Sam Darnold looks like a competent QB in the right system, and I
But I
mean,
would. But I will say this about Trevor Lawrence: he has been looking trash all preseason until today. He has what is he like
Right.
12 for
he was,
14,
yeah,
two
7 and 12.
touchdowns,
7 and 12.
7, 12, 2 touchdowns against the Dallas Cowboys right now. So
yeah.
hey,
Look,
This is the best
I'm not
he's
gonna
looked.
take anything away. I'm not gonna take anything away with Justin Fields and Trey Lance, but Justin Fields also, like, I'm not going to take anything away. Everybody that watches our show, both of you guys know how high I was on Justin Fields, so I won't take it away from him. But he hasn't played against the ones. But then again, who has played against the ones in the preseason? Nobody is taking this preseason kind of,
Justin Fields had
legit. You know, and not even that. No, who has he played against? Who has
Tennessee.
he played against? Yeah,
Played
with ones. I mean, Justin Fields
he
came
played
out and
against
said one of
their
the
one.
dumbest things that I have heard any rookie quarterback actually say, where he said the NFL is slow. He came out and said the NFL is slow. Tell me that's not a target on
Opinion.
your back.
That's his opinion.
But hey, like I said, I won't take anything away from Justin Fields. I'm high on him. With Trevor Lawrence, though, Raymir, you are 100% correct. He plays for the Jaguars. The Jaguars are not a top tier team. Yes, they're better than any college team out there. They're NFL players. We're not going to take anything away from them. But Trevor Lawrence has time to get this right. I haven't seen anything to tell me that he is a bust. He is a rookie. That is what I am seeing. I'm seeing that it's going to take time, just like any other quarterback in the league. What if I
I'm not
told
gonna
you he
say he's
comes
a
out?
bust,
What if I
but I'm
told you he
just
comes
saying
out
he's
and does
average.
with
I think he
26
might be
touchdowns
average.
and 28 in with 26 touchdowns and 28 interceptions be okay for you in his rookie
No.
season? He wouldn't.
Yes, yes, it would.
Cool. The reason that I threw out those specific numbers, I'm not saying he's Peyton Manning, but Peyton Manning's rookie season, 3-13, 3,700 yards, 26 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. That you can tell me is that a number one guy? Is that a franchise guy? Is that something? That's a rookie quarterback. I'm gonna hold my judgment, but I'm gonna come out and say I would love to have Trevor Lawrence on my team. Everybody knows that. I mean, we got Fitzmagic QB1 just got announced, but Trevor Lawrence by no means. He just looks like a rookie to me. He's gonna take time.
Well, I'll take that. I'll take that, and that's fair. All what you're saying. However, I'm just saying all of these guys are rookie, and he just isn't passing my eye test. And listen, it's not his fault that everyone's calling him a generational talent. I said before, I still say that Justin Fields should have been the number one pick. I'll feel that way today, and
Yeah,
but I feel like I just don't see it yet. Even though he's on a bad team, listen, the Bears weren't very good last year too. Even though they have a defense, you still got to make your team better. You are the number one overall pick for a reason. And I know that this is new and this is a new coach, but I need to see something because everyone said this guy, this no one, everyone seems to be kind of searching for positives to say about him all through preseason. And really, with Ramirez, the only thing that we can really say is what Ramirez said today is that against the Cowboys, he has looked good.
Yeah, he's
His
11 and
stats.
12, 139, 2 TDs. But I don't know.
yeah,
Like I said, he can be average. I'm not saying he. You can't really tell with nobody. The only person I said who came out recently, Andrew Luck and Deshaun Watson was the only ones who I was convinced were pretty good QBs coming in the league the last 8 years. But
yeah.
as far as like,
I
and
think
even Justin, go back to Justin's Field. I think that I didn't like that comment either. That he said it was kind of slow. Like it kind of, that could be he was playing against.
I liked it.
He
I
was
liked it.
playing against probably like the second and third strings, and he probably is the first string material, and they probably were a little bit slow for him. But I just when it came out and said it. But to me, he's looked the best. And I
yeah,
said on our draft show that he was going to go to the Bears and he was going to probably make the playoffs because the blueprint for him is kind of not say already set, but the guys that play high level in college and they kind of fall and they go to like a mid level team that's kind of good, like one quarterback away from being like a good team, he's gonna have the best time. So
yeah.
I'm not surprised. I think.
Guru.
Go ahead, Tito.
No, I just had a question for Guru because it brings me to another quarterback that is not a rookie quarterback, but what are your thoughts on Jordan Love?
I like what I see. I really
He's
like what
not
I
even
see.
done. He hasn't
All
even
right.
done anything,
Look,
right?
but here.
He's,
No, he's looked okay. He's looked solid. I won't even say okay because to say, I mean, you guys all know how I felt about Jordan Love, where I predicted where he was going to go, the perfect situation for him. But last preseason, he was garbage. Last preseason, couldn't throw, was a step behind almost everything. And what did it take? He sat behind, right? Like, I mean, he has Aaron Rodgers, and it's like this is his second year, but this is what these rookie quarterbacks sometimes have to do. And in these situations, like, a good team is going to do that. At the same time, a bad team is not going to come out and back their rookie quarterback right off the bat. Like some of these, like some of these other teams, like Justin Fields. Yes, I wasn't a big fan about his comment, but I was a big fan about what he said after about Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is the number one quarterback. They've already came out and said he's going to be the starter. And Fields himself has said, hey, guys, he's talking to the fans here, right? He's talking to Chicago and said, hey, it's calm down. Like, my time's coming. Like Andy's number one. Let him do his thing. Like we got a
Yeah, week
squad and whatnot,
4.
you know. And it's just like,
This time is coming real soon.
Week 1,
right? The one I'm worried about, the one I'm
week
worried
2.
about, which I love. I really do think Justin Fields is going to be great, you know, for what he does in that system. I mean, he's looking like a one. The one that I'm really worried about, and you guys know how I feel about Shanahan, is Trey Lance. Really, what it comes down to, he's shown he has some ability there, but where's Shanahan in all this and saying he's not backing Garoppolo, he's not backing Trey Lance. What he came out and said is, I have a system for both of them to play. Like, get out of here, man. That's like a cop out. That's
Ooh.
definitely, definitely come out and put your chips on one table. I mean, even Urban Myers, I don't think his system's going to translate to the NFL, but he at least has the cojones to come out and say, Lawrence, you're number one. He went ahead and traded Gardner Minshew, who we all think is an okay backup, can start some NFL games,
Hey.
and he went ahead and said, go. He went ahead and said, Lawrence, this is your squad. Then again, I mean, you see today game against Dallas, and you see Beathard, who came from that Shanahan tree, right, doing his thing as well. But then again, it's like the one that I'm worried about is Trey Lance, man. I think he's gonna be really, really good.
We
Guru,
have
we
some.
all
We
know
have.
how you feel about
We
him.
have some comments from Jose. He's back. Jose,
There you
I'm
go.
pretty sure you know the situation I resolved. Glad to have you back. But he says, but player development is the most important part of the NFL QB system. And he's talking to me right here. Andrew Luck was supposed to be the most NFL ready QB from college and still wasn't able to make a go of it. Tom Brady didn't look like a number one QB. Yeah, so you know what? It all depends on development. And I get what he's saying. We can never know, but that's the thing. That's what it comes down to is development. And I just feel right now in Jacksonville, with the coaches they have at place, that might not have been the smartest move. Like the Tom family, I like what they doing in professional wrestling, but in football, it's kind of sketchy. Like I don't know. Like you kind of let go of some big players a couple of years ago, and
I
go ahead, Guru.
Yeah. I just think that Tito, you're right. Obviously, I'm not going to judge Trevor Lawrence on his first season. Um, I'm going to let him get through a full season. But let me tell you what does. Let me tell you what I liked about Jordan Love. First of all, last season we know for everyone it wasn't that kind of season. But what I like is his height. I like the way he delivers the ball with good velocity. He seems to be picking up that offense real good. And listen, I don't think Aaron Rodgers would have thrown a fit if he didn't feel like that boy was any good. You know, because normally he would just laugh it off, but his feelings were in it because, look, scouts know what Jordan Love is. And I saw he passed my eye test big time. Now with Lawrence, what I see is he has an elongated delivery like he did in college. He can get away with that in college, but in the NFL, that that long delivery is not going to work. It's gotten him in trouble against the Saints a couple times. He could have actually had 4 picks in that game. You know, uh, that he gave up. Now I'm not blaming it on him. I do realize who his coach is, but I do want to say also that yes, you did, Raymir. You said that coaching is part of his development, but Urban Meyer has never been an NFL coach,
Yep.
and he's coming into the league, and I guess he thinks from what I hear, he still thinks he's in college, and
Yep.
that might be the problem that going forward. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's an issue. Me personally, I don't like what I'm hearing. I don't like the moves he made, even to bring in Tebow, his guy, which I wasn't like a 100% against because people do favors for their friends, but now if the reports are true, it's like he's somewhat like losing the team a little bit, getting rid of Gardner Minshew. People who they liked him, they loved him in Jacksonville, and it's good to have a good serviceable backup when you have a rookie QB. That makes no sense. You have that spot open that's behind him. Nobody really tutor him and really show him a road. So yeah, he just he's not real. He's just not set up for success like that. Even with Zach Wilson and all other, they have somebody else behind him. Oh no, who's behind Zach Wilson? No, he doesn't actually.
Josh Johnson,
Oh yeah, they have good like.
your
Hey, yeah,
homeboy.
yeah, 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 yeah. I forgot headache. Hey, yeah,
Come on, Ray Beard.
OAL finest right there.
You only grew up with the guy.
Yeah, that's Chop's cousin. But anyway, yeah. So Trevor Lawrence, he just in a worse situation right now. If you ask me, like you got Mac Jones, Cam Newton, Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, Justin Fields, Andy Dalton, um, Zach Wilson. You know, dang, how I just forget his name right now? Josh Johnson. And then you got Trey Lance. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer, and Urban Meyer
Yeah.
is a fraud. And but we'll see. But let's talk about some other quarterback moves because it's a lot of things. New England, then you got the Eagles not really on board with Jalen Hurts. I feel like what they're doing in their offseason move. We got Denver making a decision by putting Teddy Bridgewater number one, which makes sense. And I'll say this right now: Drew Lock looks like a quarterback, but he just looks like a guy who's not all the way there when it comes to his maturity and dedication to the game of football. Like he looks like he has some talents, but sometimes he just doesn't seem like he'd go to extra yards as far as when it comes to studying. Maybe he don't have it, but to me, he always looked
He's
cool.
about a year away. He's about a year away.
Yeah. So if I was a team, who else? What else is another quarterback story out there?
Oh, let me tell you the
Deshaun Watson
quarterback story.
might go to Miami.
Just,
So
I hope he does, and I think he will.
man, what's up with Miami not believing in Tua Tagovailoa though? I said I wouldn't
Did
draft him that
you?
high. I said that. Are they admitting that they
I
shouldn't have
said
did
it
that?
too. I said it too. And he's a lefty. He looks kind of small in the pocket. I will say though, this preseason, I have seen more zip on this ball, but I tell you, man, that left-handed quarterbacks, you got to be precise. A la Boomer Esiason, Steve Young, but not many lefties are drafted that high and are successful. So I wish him luck, but I do believe Deshaun Watson will end up in Miami. I'll go out and predict it right now. You heard it from the guru. I think he'll end up in Miami, and I think he'll end up there sooner rather than later. Sometime this season, maybe week one or week two, or maybe before the season starts, because
Hey,
he's
he's
not going on the commissioner's exempt list. Because if
yep.
he was, he'd already been on it, which means that the league is saying, "Hey, we don't have any calls right now. Nothing's gone to court. Nothing's in court. He's free to sign with any team. They're free to trade him, move him. He's free to play. They're not going to put him on an exempt list."
Raiders need to pick
Houston's
him
in
up.
sell mode. Houston's in sell mode too. I mean, I think they just traded one of their defensive guys, Shaq Lawson, to the Jets.
Yeah, it just went down today. Yeah, Houston
That's a
is.
good pickup.
How about the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Huntley? Can we talk about the performance he put on the Washington football team? Oh my goodness!
He did pretty
Period.
Like,
good. He just
I mean,
it's nothing.
pretty good, pretty good. I tell you, anyone who's watching this right now, go look at the highlights of the Washington Baltimore game and look at this young man, Lamar Huntley, play. You talking about precise passing, touch passing, throwing on a run, throwing across his body. This guy is an NFL starter, and you guys are gonna know his name soon.
Would you start him
And
over
if
Lamar
we're gonna
Jackson?
talk about quarterbacks,
Would you start him over
I
Yeah,
Lamar
wouldn't.
Jackson?
I'd start him over Trevor Lawrence.
Would you start him over Lamar Jackson though?
No.
that's
There's
the
no
team he
point in
plays in,
talking.
though.
There's
Yeah,
no point in talking about him.
exactly. That's the team he plays with.
Make a
I mean,
trade for him because he did. We talk about him last year. He will be available. Someone better go get him.
I think Marcus Mariota should be a starter, but he's not starting, so I don't even talk about him because he's not in that position right now. And the guy, like I said, preseason.
Talk about the Raiders.
Yeah, go ahead. The Raiders they're some fools. How can they try to get Khalil Mack back? It's pretty much I was gonna say Boomer, but John Gruden, Mike Mayock are admitting defeat that they were wrong and Jack Del Rio was right with the players he drafted. You already brought it back. You already gave up Carl Joseph when you got here. Uh, Um, Carl Joseph goes to the Browns, leads that team into a whole new threshold of what they are. You luckily enough he comes back, but his replacement that you got for him sucks. The rookie, then you get another
Right.
rookie. You get a well, John Abrams is not a rookie anymore. It's like his third year, but you get another rookie to replace him. But then you bring him back. You get rid of Amari Cooper and you give him to the Cowboys. He's a perennial Pro Bowler every single year since you gave him up. So I know people. I don't. I'm not the biggest Cowboys fan, but I will say Cooper had been playing great for the Cowboys organization, and it must have been something up with the Raiders when he was on the Raiders. But I think about it, he was pretty good with the Raiders when Jack Del Rio was here. But and then you give up Khalil Mack, and now you're trying to trade the whole team back to get him, the whole team to get him back. Come on, Raiders, what are you doing? What are you telling me? The Raiders are full with C grade players and C minus players, and we have no stars on our team. NFL up is made up of stars. I don't care what nobody says. You cannot play money ball in the NFL. If you have a star, he can change your whole team. Defensively, Jack Del Rio went to Washington, changed their whole team around with a few players. Chase Young is a star. You got Dallas. They got some stars, But the Raiders, I feel like we not.
on their helmets.
That's a good one.
What's on your helmet?
That's touche, huh? He said, Washington. It's nothing. But yeah, go ahead. What you want to say about the Raiders? I still think
Look,
we're still on parts to go 11-6 this year. But go ahead, Guru.
okay, I think that's a great assessment from you as a fan, a diehard Raider fan. I'll just say, look, I'm going to put it on John Gruden. I think I hold on. I believe the Raiders have enough talent to have a playoff
Mm-hmm.
team. I just don't believe that they have the coach, and I do not believe they have the quarterback. Those two pieces right there. And let me tell you why. If Derek Carr, if they give him an extension before the season starts, which they haven't so far, thank God they haven't. We'll see what happens. But I just feel like it's year four. Gruden's got some good pieces in Ngakwe. I don't know who your receivers are going to be, but you have receivers that are as good as anyone. You got a tight end as good as any top tight end in the league. Offensively, what are you going to do?
Man,
You got a running back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm concerned about. And the play calling, and I don't want to see John Gruden make stupid mistakes like he did against Miami last year. You know, when he should have went for the touchdown instead of, because that would have put the game out of reach, right? When Fitzmagic came back on that play, like little stupid things like that. Is he going to make the right adjustment? He has the talent. The only question is the cornerback. I don't have no problems with the safeties, but your cornerbacks.
yeah. Hey, that's all legit reasons, and to me, and those are all significance of changes that Gruden have made. As far as like Derek Carr is the only mainstay, but you talk about receivers. We had last year. We had a chance to get all the top receivers, and we got Ruggs, and we didn't even use his speed to our advantage. Um,
Yep.
Same thing with corners. We reached for corners who were third round grade, but we liked the guys, and we drafted them 20th. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So I don't. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I think the Raiders, we can have it. I think this is Carr's. This is really his last year in his life. I feel like to be a starter. So I think maybe he might rise to the occasion. Until he doesn't, the Raider fan of me are gonna say he is.
I need to
Yeah.
start to see him take 20-yard throws down the field. Go ahead, TD. I'm
But
sorry.
go ahead,
No,
To.
I
So
was
we
just
can
gonna say
we
that.
can talk about the
I was just gonna
Cowboys
say,
next.
nah. I mean, everybody that watches the show, I think, knows that I've been a little high on the Raiders. You know, I think they'll be okay, but yeah, I would be all out if they did sign Derek Carr to an extension. Like, you just need a reset, like straight out, just get a reset. Like, he gives you, you know, it's hot and cold with him. It's there's no consistency there, and he lost a fair amount of games. At the same time, I mean, he could have won a fair amount of games, but I just haven't seen it. I think he's lost more than won, in my opinion. So, just on him, on his arm alone, on his decision making. So, that's the only one that I wouldn't back if they came out there. Them trying to get Khalil Mack. I mean, obviously, this is the old cliche kind of returning to your ex type situation. I mean, Gruden realizing, Mayock realizing that they messed up and wanting this or whatnot. But at the same time, it just speaks to kind of their arrogance as well of the way that they're running their team. How many times have I said that Gruden ain't going anywhere. Like Davis is not that type of owner to say you need to produce a winner. Like that 10-year contract is a 10-year contract. Like he's gonna play it out when it comes to it. And this is one of those arrogance of being like, oh, maybe I mean we don't know what they offered, right? But I almost certainly guarantee you it was a lot less than what the the Bears gave up to get him to begin with, you know. And it's just like they probably spun it around where, you know, the size of his contract and how much better would the Bears be if they went and used that money to surround their young core. You know, you got a rookie quarterback that you're going to be on a rookie salary for the next 4 or 5 years, that you can really have that window to close, you know. But Mac is definitely generational. You guys all know. I mean, Chase Young is getting up there as well, as being a generational talent. I think he's going to shake some heads this year. That defense, man, is going to be crazy. But yeah, man, I mean, it's not a surprise that they tried to go get him back. But I'm high. I agree with Ramir. I think they can be a 10 to 11 win team. I think they're going to be fun to watch. But it'll be interesting, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give him 8 wins.
Yeah, but breaking news: J.K. Dobbins. That's his name. Is it J.K.?
Yeah,
Yeah,
J.K. Dobbins.
yeah.
running back.
He tore his ACL. He's done.
Oh, he saw it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang, I was
Good
hoping it was just hyperextension,
Yeah.
but
No.
that was yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Well, he
That's
can get put back to the premium.
What's up with Lamar
Dak.
Jackson? I think he's
Hey,
gonna.
hey, man.
Go ahead.
Dak better be worried, man. Dak better be worried. You play against Washington, you get hurt.
You do.
Well,
They be hitting.
uh,
They be hitting. They.
And it's nothing
I,
bad. It's nothing bad to tell you the truth. I mean, I don't think they're dirty players by no means, man. But they're hard nosed defense, man. You play against them, it's gonna hurt.
well, against Ravens.
No, against Washington, man. This is another high profile. You know, Joe Burrow went down. I mean, the fluke accident, right?
Yeah.
Guard getting pushed into him, but it is one of those things where it's like, hey, man, Washington's defense, you play against them, man. You better be you better be
We got
prepared. You
Jose in
better be
here. Jose
100.
said Raiders need to replace the coach. He's probably not even 500. He is not 500.
No, he's not, Jose. You're
Yeah,
correct
you're correct.
for his career.
Yeah, he sucks.
Um,
He has a phantom Super Bowl
Call.
of Tony Dungy's, but uh,
Hey, yo,
yeah, it's
I'm
20.
gonna dip out real quick. I'll call right back.
Okay,
I'll call right back.
Okay.
but yeah,
It says
who were you still there?
Hot Hotbox said, yeah, I'm still here. Hotbox said I was wrong. He says you was wrong on the show today. LOL. Wrong about what? Please tell me.
I don't think he's watching this
He
new
don't never.
stream, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. J.K. Dobbins is hurt. Washington has a good team. You know, I feel like. How do you feel about the Eagles right now, though?
Um, they're young, but I like any quarterback that's smart and will give you a chance to win. And I think that Jalen Hurts will give you a chance to win. This is a young man who's been successful at every level. He was coached by his father. People wasn't sure what kind of quarterback he was at Alabama. Was he hesitant? And then he goes to Oklahoma, and we see that he can throw the ball and throw it efficiently in Lincoln Riley's offense. I feel like he gives them a great chance to win, you know? And listen, they're going to surprise a few people this year. I hate the Eagles. Let me make this clear. I hate them as much as I do the 49ers. Those two teams I despise. But I have to be objective here and say that they're going to be in the mix. Jalen Hurts is the real deal.
Yeah, he's all right. I think he gives them a better chance of winning. So they have a good. NFC East is always kind of suspect anyway. You guys are in like champions out there. It's always like participation awards. Like, hey, you have the least worst record. You're gonna win the NFC East. 7-9 last year got the Redskins almost to the Super Bowl. I mean the NFC Championship game. So yeah, we'll see though. But I think with Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts, especially with the Gardner Minshew pickup, I think they're gonna rock with Hurts this year, and they're just trying to find another backup for him. So we'll see. I'm trying to think what's another quarterback story. Ben Roethlisberger, he looked pretty good in preseason. I'm not the biggest Ben Roethlisberger fan, of course.
Me neither. But it seems like he's the same old Ben. He's got a zip on his ball. My thing comes with when the action is live because we know he's not as mobile. He's never been super mobile, but he's been able to move around a little bit back there.
Yeah.
I want to see how much of that he still has, and because he's in his like 18th season, and on top of that, his arm seemed to die out towards the end of the season. Like he started out on fire, and then by week 12, his arm just turned into a noodle.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's what happened last year. So yeah, he's pretty out. What do you feel about New Orleans?
New Orleans is going to be fantastic. They're going to be scary. Listen, you're going to see when the season opens, a player like Jameis Winston, who is super competitive. This is the guy who won the Elite 11, who was like preordained to be the number one pick, goes to Florida State and lives up to everything. And I just think he's been judged way too harsh in his first 5 years. Yeah, he's made mistakes, but he's always been a winner. And he was running the offense, and he believed in his ability. That's why he threw for 5,000 yards when he threw those 30 touchdowns and 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. However, we know that Baker threw 28 interceptions one year. Peyton threw 28. He's growing into this, and I feel like the Saints are young in all the right places now. Jameis is only 26 years old.
One thing about Jameis Winston that I don't think people talk about enough is that he was blind. He really couldn't see, and he had that LASIK eye surgery. And this is the first time in his career that he'd be able to see. He has 20/20 vision on the field. And in preseason, he looked like he had 20/20 vision on the field. And with Taysom Hill being a backup and having that same role that he had with Drew Brees, all Jameis Winston had to do is just not turn over the ball. Drew Brees wasn't doing that spectacular of a job the last 3 years either. Just turn over the ball, put Taysom Hill in the game to do those gadget plays, and now he threw more last year. So you know, I think,
I think it's going to be fantastic.
I think next show we should. When does the season start? We actually might need to do our pick'em show next. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
our winners, huh?
Next week. Next week. I think the Saints are young everywhere they need to be. Like, their quarterback is young. He's ascending, and I never thought this was a quarterback controversy. I said it from the beginning. I said this is no way and no way a quarterback, they're not even on the same level.
I don't think it was a controversy.
Everyone tried to make it seem like, oh, it's tight, it's coming down to like it was never. I said, listen, I know
He doesn't pass
he doesn't
my eye
pass
test.
my eye
There's no
test.
way.
There's no way. No way.
Yeah.
The Rams I think are overhyped.
Yeah, to me,
I believe
Matt Stafford is a career average, below average player, man. Like I want to see them do good, but I think the Detroit Lions are going to do better than them because the Vikings.
I do too.
I think the NFC North is going to be ran by the Green Bay Packers, of course. I think the Chicago Bears might sneak in there. The Bears are the Lions. I don't have no faith in Kirk Cousins and the Vikings right now. I don't think they're
No, no. Oh my God, no. Listen, you're going to see
Kellen
Kellen
Mond. I
Mond in
know it.
there
I
before the
know
season's over.
it.
He looked good in preseason to me. He's yeah. He's the real deal too. We ain't gonna really talk about him. He wasn't in the first round. He should have been, but
He
yeah,
looked
his
kind of
day is
green out
coming.
there. He needs to polish his game a little bit.
Sure, sure. But you know what? If what's his name's gonna keep looking like trash, uh, the way he has been, Kirk Cousins has not looked good. You know,
Yeah,
so we'll see.
yeah. Well,
The name of the game is to win. More than ever, if Mike Zimmer wants to keep his job, like, Kirk Cousins hasn't done anything for the Minnesota Vikings since he's been there except get paid. I said he's not going to lift them anywhere. He's got nothing but a paycheck from that,
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
and it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. So there's nothing Minnesota can do. It's
Yeah.
guaranteed for the next 2 years.
So Kirk Cousins a big finesse him. He big finessed him out of you know. All right,
He's a
let's talk
strong.
about the AFC West now. So I had sent out a text message. What was that? A couple of days ago. I'm like, so now with Teddy Bridgewater being the number one quarterback, is Derek Carr the fourth rated quarterback in the AFC West?
Absolutely,
Let me hear your order.
absolutely. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to put. I'm not going to put San Diego's quarterback at in second. I'm not going to put him in second just because you coming off a rookie season. You got all new coaches, so he's got to go fourth to me. And then I would put Teddy Bridgewater second now, and I would put Derek Carr third, and I'm gonna put Justin Herbert fourth because again, you got to show that you can do it again. You're in a new system. You got all the, you got this is not Pep Hamilton as your helping you.
What's the coach
You
name
got
that
this
got
guy
fired?
do it. Uh, what's his name? The offense coordinator for the Detroit Lions, Anthony Lynn.
I don't know why I was about to say Leslie Frazier. I'm tripping.
He's Buffalo's defense coordinator.
But yeah, I think it goes. Mahomes is first. I'll put Teddy Bridgewater too. Man, I'm gonna just put Justin Herbert three. Man, me personally, I might just do it based off of talent alone. Because one thing about him being so young, he not afraid to.
You got to do it again.
I know, but at least I know he'll throw the ball more than 15 yards if he has to.
He will. We'll throw it downfield. But who knows what kind of offense they're going to run? It's not the same offense.
Yeah, I think they have to at least keep throwing it though, because Keenan Allen, he's
They got a lot of money out there.
he's a boy at receiver though. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
So they're gonna try to keep that up going. Yeah, Derek Carr might be the fourth rated quarterback to me right now. I still think the Raiders might win some games, but I don't think it'll be because of Derek Carr.
He's got to let it rip this year. Derek Carr's got to let the ball fly. Everyone talks about how good, and I know he has an arm. I know he does. I'm not debating that. I'm not debating how quick he is on his feet. He can get out the pocket. He can do all of those things. But he just always leaves you wanting more. He leaves you wanting more as a fan. Like, damn, why don't you throw that ball 50 yards? You got them big, you showing your guns. You know what I'm saying? Throw that ball 40 yards on the rope.
What
Because he loved to show them arm.
what do you think is going on with Marcus Mariota?
I don't think they think much of him. They released him, then they re-signed him. So I just think that they're keeping him because he's still young and he's the best available that they have. Um, look, it wouldn't hurt to play him if Derek Carr starts losing. So at least you have him on your roster.
To me personally, I think Marcus Mariota. I don't know why he's getting like the short end of the stick right now when it comes to the NFL right now. But that one game he played, who did he play? Was it the Chiefs or the Saints? When in that Monday night game where they lost because the defense lost in the last drive, like always.
The defense lost that game.
Yeah, to me, he did enough to play the next game, and they didn't do it. And
He was dropping dimes.
I feel like John Gruden. I don't know what's wrong.
I don't. I
I
don't.
would have played him.
I don't think he knows how to coach a player like him. I don't think he really knows how to coach a mobile player like him. You can do so much with Marcus Mariota. He can hurt defenses. He's fast. He runs a 4.5 40. You know, he's got a great arm, and he's smart. I just think people have given up on him too quick. I don't think John Gruden. He wants the guy to sit back there, go through his regressions. He doesn't like. He talks about Steve Young. Why don't you use Mariota like a Steve Young?
Hmm. Yeah,
Sprint right option. Roll out.
I don't know. I'm trying to. Cause I was watching. Who was I watching, man? I'm trying to think what quarterback, and he was dropping dimes, and I don't
He's
know if it
young.
was. And I can't think
For
of it.
who?
I'm trying to. I can't think. It's like in my head. I was gonna make sure I talk about, him, but I can't think. Now I'm about to go through all the quarterbacks right now. in the NFL. That's of all the teams. Hold on, give me like 2 seconds now. Tell you well, NFC West, no. No. North. Yeah, never mind. I guess I think I might have been thinking about Marcus Mariota. I had seen it. I was watching his highlight from that game, and he was just dropping down. He was. I don't know. To me, I just feel like when it comes to the Raiders, I don't feel like the will to win. I've been saying this for like 2 years. I feel like now, like a broken record. That when it comes to Derek Carr, you just feel like he doesn't have the will to win all the time. Like he like gives up, or he's not about to go that extra mile. Like, oh no, we'll
It's
see.
like life goes on. I'm rich.
Yeah.
Life goes on. There's a lot more things important right now going on, and we get that. But he doesn't have that fire like you say he should, and I believe Marcus does. You know what I'm
What do you
saying?
think your Colts are gonna do?
The Colts,
Yeah, they should never trade it for that bum.
they're not going to do very good because Carson Wentz is he's shot. You know, like he was feeling the pocket before it came. Like anyone who saw his film last season
should
should
have
have
should
should
not have
not
been
have been
rushed
rushed
to
to
sign
sign
him.
him.
Yeah.
I think they have great pieces. He's the X factor. He's like unless he magically rebounds and it was all Doug Peterson's fault, then we'll see.
I don't know.
I don't expect much though.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think he's. I think he's washed. He's already hurt already from a practice. He's not gonna last too long. Anything else, Guru?
Mm. Yes. Uh, it'll be interesting to see Tito's team. Let me just go ahead and let him know real quick. We don't know what to expect from Ryan Fitzpatrick. We know he's a gamer. We know Terry McLaughlin. He's supposed to be an ascending player. He's good. Let's see if he takes the next step. They got Debo Samuel. They got a great tight end and great defense. We'll see how it comes together for him. But I just feel like when you have Ryan Fitzpatrick as your quarterback, you can't really be that optimistic about going to the playoffs. As good as it sounds and as good as a player he still is, um, you know, he's only good when he fills in. When he's Ryan Fitzpatrick, the starter, that's never that good. Tito, your thoughts?
My thoughts on the NFC East champions, Washington,
Yes.
last year and this year.
Just call it call.
There, there are my thoughts, man. I mean, I feel like we have an elite defense, and we have enough pieces on offense in year two of this new offense, that I think they'll be okay. Um, all my chips are not on Fitzpatrick's, are on the table with him, but I think will do enough. I mean, if anything, we took the Super Bowl champs, punch for punch, um, with a backup quarterback, and at that point, it was a third string quarterback, with Taylor Heineke. He's our backup now. I mean, I think Guru, you had said it in a show in the past where you think he should be our starter. I think he did well enough in preseason to be the starter, in my opinion. Um, but I also think that Fitzpatrick is going to be able to do enough because the one aspect of that game, of Washington's game, that I think they lacked last year, and obviously last year was, a weirder year than this year, with just, the pandemic and everything that was going on, right? But it's can you move the ball downfield? I think that was the one element that they were kind of missing.
Hmm.
And Fitzmagic can't do that. Fitzmagic can actually throw the ball. And Mark my words, you guys are gonna know who Scary Terry is. You guys are gonna know what Terry
Ooh.
McLaurin it is for a receiver. I mean, I know that everybody knows I'm a Washington fan and I'm high on my guys, but McLaurin is that guy. If you've seen enough tape, if you
You're
see
not
the
that
way that
guy,
he
pal.
plays,
You're not that guy.
he's that guy, man. He's and I think that's the one element that Fitzpatrick actually brings. He's not afraid to sling the ball. And with an elite defense, it's okay. It's okay for him to take risk. It's okay for him to take chances. Because I think that defense is going to be able to stand them up in any situation. And that's just my honest opinion when it comes down to Washington. If their if their running back can stay healthy, man, Antonio Gibson, this guy could be a McCaffrey-esque type player in the league. Could be a Delvin Cook type player in the league. He just needs to stay healthy. I'm sure Dallas remembers who Antonio Gibson is. Um, I think they remember him really, really well. But if he can stay healthy, watch out for this. Watch out for this group. Quarterback is the only question mark that they have, and I know that that's a big question mark on any team. But they'll be
Yeah,
okay, man.
why not put Heineke in the game though, and let him develop, or at least for me, if I was Washington, I was like one step away. I don't know. Maybe they see something in Ryan Fitzmagic that we don't see because we're not there in practice. But
It's it's throwing the ball downfield. It's throwing the ball downfield. I mean, I know Heineke. From everything that I've seen Heineke do, he doesn't have that element of the game. Guru, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, he looks promising. He looks like he's there, and it's about development, like we talked about with some of these other guys, right? But I think that's the one aspect of Washington's game that they realize that they actually need in order to make all the other things work. The bubble screens, the short game, going to the tight end, Logan Thomas, who I think is going to have a breakout year. I think they really are trying to add the downfield, throw the ball downfield element, the 20+ yard throws that we know for a fact Fitzpatrick is not afraid of making. And I haven't seen Heineke actually make those plays. I mean, yeah, you want to give him the chance to do so, but that's why I think Fitzmagic is the number one guy.
I don't know, Raymir, is Terry scary or what?
I don't know, man.
Uh,
I think they won it last year, and they do have some pieces. And quarterback is the only question mark. So, and they feel like they didn't. They did it. I guess they feel like they did enough with like a ragtag team for quarterbacks where if they could just name one guy, they can win at least 9 games. That's what's going to take to win the NFC East because you guys all suck out there.
Yeah.
Um, the whole division. We haven't even. Nobody wants to even talk about the Giants right now because they're fighting amongst themselves. The Eagles.
yeah, they're going to be the.
The Eagles. I don't know. I can see the Eagles doing something. But the defense. Once again, the defense of the Redskins. That's the only for sure thing we know about every single team in NFC East. Like even with the Dallas Cowboys, we all know that you got some stars on your team on the helmets, and personality wise, you got some stars on the offensive side of the ball. But the main person, Dak Prescott, coming back from injury is rough. It's like his physical is going to be okay. I think they just setting him out in preseason just because. I don't know why you just don't just say that. It makes sense, but up here, the mental part is what he has to get over. Um, but
Yeah.
let's talk. Since we talk about the former team known as the R words, let's talk about Dwayne Haskins for a minute. That's who's been dropping dimes in the preseason.
Yeah.
That's the guy who I was thinking about. He's been looking pretty good in the preseason. I'm not gonna lie.
Who?
Dwayne Haskins. It's the right situation. We can go back to a couple shows, right? When he signed with the Steelers. I felt like I personally felt obviously, as Guru might know more about Dwayne Haskins than I do, just because he's from the area. The DMV. Shout out to Guru and all his fam. Um, but that's what that's what I think he needed, man. Like Dwayne Haskins had the talent. It was his immaturity to lead a team or to lead Ron Rivera's team for that matter.
Hmm.
Ron Rivera Riverboat Ron needs a specific type of individual, and Guru laughs because I'm right. Needs a specific type of individual to run his team, and immaturity is not going to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where he lost them right from a get-go. And I do think that it came from Haskins being from the area. He was able to go home. He was able to spend nights with his boys and do the things that he wanted to do. And it really was like, no, the focus wasn't 100% on football. The focus wasn't 100% on the team. And who are the Steelers? Who is Tomlin? I mean, how long were they able to keep Antonio Brown from being Antonio Brown? Like, so yeah, he's been doing really, really good in preseason in my eyes. And I just think it's the perfect situation for him to actually fall into with the right organization, to say, hey, look, this is where the focus needs to be. This is what we're going to let you do and not, or whatever. But I think he went to the perfect situation for him and his talents.
RG3 is not playing football. He's doing work for ESPN, I think.
Yeah.
And is it really? I mean, he'll be 31, I think, next month. Or is he really done? I mean, he was just a backup for the Ravens last year. I understand they got a new backup, but he's better than some backup, isn't he? He can't be done, right? What do you guys thought? Ramir.
RG3. Dang, that's out of left field. I think
I
RG3.
just saw him yesterday.
I think he'd be a backup still. I think so. He can especially tutor somebody. Like I can see him in there tutoring any of the top quarterbacks that got drafted. But really, he can for sure mentor Justin Fields for sure. I'll put him in a quarterback room. I even try to see if he can play, but he played a couple games for Baltimore and he kind of lost it a little bit. So
Yeah, I think he's done. I'm interested or intrigued to see how he does for ESPN as an analyst, like for what he's actually doing. I'm interested in seeing, what type of football and play etiquette that he has from the sidelines. Because then that would kind of say or tell, like, is he going to go back to a team maybe on like a coaching capacity or anything like that? But I mean, can he be a backup? I think he can. I mean, there's definitely positions out there. There's definitely quarterbacks that we all know that shouldn't have jobs, in our opinion, that I think he'd be okay in. But as long as there's a guy in the league named Tyrod Taylor, who's the ultimate backup of all backups, and Fitzmagic for that matter, ultimate backup of all backups, none of these guys have a chance to kind of, be the Tyrod or a Fitzpatrick type quarterback. But I think RG3 is kind of done. I mean, he was in that Baltimore, Lamar Jackson doing his thing, but also there was opportunity for him to come in and kind of like wow and and dazzle a little bit, and you just didn't see it from RG3 anymore. And I mean, I think he's just broken ever since the Shanahan's, man.
yeah, the
That's
Shanahan's
just my
coach.
opinion.
He said he need to fight them on site every single time. So before we get out of here,
Yeah.
can y'all name y'all? Whoa, Tito, your camera went off. Yeah, it went off. I think he had to answer a call. But who do you think should be starting in NFL at quarterback right now? Can you name some stars that you?
Yo, what up?
Are you back, Tito?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
What's
All
the
He
right.
kind of
question
So
quit.
I'm
again?
saying, can y'all think of some NFL starter quarterbacks who y'all don't think should be starting at all?
Yes. Matt Ryan. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you mean I would say Ryan Fitzpatrick, Daniel Jones, um, Mac Jones.
He's not starting.
Okay, he's not starting. Tunga Tuivasa.
Well, so you don't think Tua should be
Uh,
starting?
I don't think he should be starting. Uh, and what's his name? Derek Carr shouldn't be starting. I've seen
Wow.
enough of him. I mean, what am I going to see? I'm going to see the same things I've been watching for the last 6 years, 4 years, ever since he's been off his injury. Come on, I've seen enough.
All right, Tito.
He shouldn't be starting.
The first name, as soon as you said that, the first name that came to my head, and it actually, I feel like it's out of left field, man. Jared Goff. I don't think Jared
Get
Goff.
out of here. Get out of
I
Yeah,
here.
just
really.
He's way better than Matthew Stafford that you think is going to lead them to the Super Bowl.
My
He
God,
went
yeah, I
to,
thought you
get
said
out of
Matthew
here.
Stafford first. Come on,
that's what I
Tito.
said. I think it's out of left field.
Nigga, I could have.
I strongly believe Stafford's going to have a better year. He's in a better situation, in my opinion, than Jared Goff. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go out there and agree with Guru here. Fitzpatrick. I don't think Fitzpatrick should be starting. I know that's on my team, but I he's gonna win us some games, but I don't think he should be starting. Um, I I'm glad Saints did what they did because I was gonna say Taysom shouldn't be starting, but he's not the starter. It's JMO.
Jaboo.
Zach Wilson too. Zach Wilson
Well,
too.
Nah, Zach Wilson is the rookie. He have no other body on the team. He has to start.
yeah, I in order to get hate mail, I'm gonna go out and I'll probably get some good messages from Rainier here. But in order to get hate mail, I want to say a name that I just personally don't
See,
think
just
should be
say it,
starting.
because I was gonna say it. He's gonna be my number one guy. But go ahead, fool me, make me happy.
um, Mr. I spurned the Oakland A's himself,
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. I I don't see it,
Me
man. I
neither.
really don't see it. I just I don't know if it's a coaching situation as well. I mean, I think I'm putting Cliff Klingsberg in the Shanahan in my Shanahan book. But I don't see it, man.
I don't see it. Anyone else?
Nah. I mean, there's all these rookie quarterbacks, man. I mean, give them the opportunity. Actually, you know what? Yeah, one more. Sorry. Um, and Guru might like this one. Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton shouldn't be starting.
Boom.
Andy
Yeah,
Dalton should
yeah.
not be starting. It really comes down to give it to Justin Fields. The Bears are not a top tier offensive team, but give it to Justin Fields. He will turn some heads. So Andy Dalton shouldn't be starting.
Hmm. Yeah. For me, Kyler Murray,
But
number one. Matt Ryan, he's done. So I don't think he should be starting. Um,
why Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray I hate him. I don't just even solid. I'm not a big fan of what he did to the Oakland A's. I don't think he's like.
Okay, all
I
right.
don't think he can lead the team to the Super Bowl, so he shouldn't be starting. He can't even see over the running back. That's how short he is. Not even the over O line. He can't. Yeah, he doesn't. He just he him and the same thing with Trevor Lawrence. Man, you got a college coach who doesn't know what he's doing, and they just running plays like sandbox plays. And it's a reason Larry Fitzgerald doesn't want to like make a free $15 million a year, not even playing. So there's something about that. So Kyler Murray, Matt Ryan, Andy Dalton, um, Carson Wentz when he gets back. I'm not a big fan of that guy.
Yeah, Indianapolis, man. I was so high on them too. I love their defense. You guys know that I love
Yeah.
Indianapolis defense, man. But I,
Um,
yeah, I'm disappointed in that trade, man. I'm just like you can't have Carson Wentz as much as we bashed him and dissected his game and everything is just like why take that step? I mean, I guess that their coach is the only one that has gotten some production out of Wentz, right? Um, but yeah.
yeah. And then last but not least, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I was kind of skeptical when I was gonna go Derek Carr, but I couldn't. That's my quarterback, man. Like T.O. said, he's my quarterback
Yeah,
till
you
he's
gotta
done.
ride with him. Ride with him one more season. Give him one more season.
Pause. Yeah, but yeah, I guess that's it. Come back next time. Our next show, we'll be back. Since I got my computer and the other stuff, and my mental's right. But we'll be back. It's going to be our pick, our division winners, divisional winner show. That's when we.
Let's go. I'm gonna throw
And our
out.
picks
I
for the
mean,
week.
Yeah, everybody knows. Everybody knows I'm a big fantasy football guy. I'm not too sure if you guys are in any leagues or anything like that. I mean, maybe we get something going on last minute, but I want to throw a question out for next show for you guys, man. If there's a sleeper, if there's somebody that you think is going to have a breakout season this year from a team, go out there and let's do some homework when it comes down to if you guys think there's going to be one player that's going to be that nobody saw out of left field to
Oh,
make a
okay.
big name for himself.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
right on.
I got you. I got you. I think it might be. Oh, never mind. Well, next time. All right, everybody.
For sure.
We'll see you next time in a few days, hopefully, or whenever our schedules allow us. But it's good to be back. Good to talk to you guys. Juan, how's the baby coming along? That's right.
Uh, he's cooking. He's cooking.
Oh, so it's a
I'm not too
he.
sure if I let you guys know. It's a boy. Yep,
Yeah, no, you
it's a
didn't.
boy. Babies due late November.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna have the tiny little terror twins. Levi's gonna have a partner in crime for the rest of his life.
nice.
But yeah, coming along. 3 months away. 3 months. Yeah, if my math is correct. Thanksgiving, man, just in time for us to eat.
That's what's up, man. We got to hang out too. I think now we can. I was telling Guru, so since I conducted to be a part of this experiment they called, we can do the show
Oh
live
no,
Hey,
now.
hey, Guru, have you seen Hard Knocks? Are you watching Hard
He only
Knocks?
seen
I've seen
episode
episodes.
one.
I just got finished with episode.
Come
Yeah.
on, man. I mean, I know that we're ending the show, but I was just curious, man. Like, I haven't really seen anything in the show about like other than like Zeke and like Zeke is a clown, man. Like, I haven't really like seen him like do anything in the show other than kind of make fun of things and eat. That's all he's doing in the damn
The
show.
last
And it
episode,
That's
he
just
all
had
I've
that big
seen so
snack
far.
thing. He was just like, "Oh, hey, they do a good job showing personalities, and you do like end up liking people a little bit
yeah.
better." But I haven't seen nothing football related really in the
Yeah,
whole show, and it's
exactly.
kind of weird.
Yeah, that was mine. I mean, the only thing that I did see is like, I mean, I want to see a little bit more from Mike McCarthy, but that guy's just there as a face, man. Like
Oh my God,
he's not doing anything whatsoever. It's Jerry Jones running the show, but
he doesn't
I'm just
motivate
I don't know
anything.
if it's just the way that it's being shot. Like, I mean, they do a really, really good job at shooting the show, right? But I just I
Terry's
want to
the
see
star.
football.
Yeah,
I want to get behind like some like football. I want to see plays. I want to see
they're not doing that
some
this year though.
breakdowns of stuff. They're not doing any
Like
of it.
it's
Yep,
it's
they're
like
not
you
doing
watch the
any of it.
episode
It
and
was
they
similar
into the
last year, though.
preseason game. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was similar last year too, though.
Well,
Like last year, I mean, I know that they
they
had the
had two
Rams and the
teams though,
Chargers,
so
and
I
it was
kind of I
COVID.
understood that one last year.
Yeah, but this one, yeah, I mean, I don't know if
Maybe
it's
they
just a
got
social
more
media
like
thing.
casual people just watching it because of that, and maybe that's
Yeah,
maybe they just switched to that type of method. But
They should just keep it the same. They should have just kept it the same if that's what you're seeing. Like I said, I'm gonna watch episode 2 and just hear what they're talking about
I mean, it's a
and
good show though.
everything.
Like it's
Seeing who
cool.
to
But
say.
that one guy, that guy from the Ivory Coast, he's getting cut. He's too stiff. But anyway,
yeah.
you gotta just watch the show, Google. I think. All right, y'all. Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
Tia, we should go bike riding. I got a truck now.
Hey, I'm
Oh, it's my father-in-law. He's here, everybody. So I gotta go. All right.